finally, after almost 40 years, we finally have a worthy follow-up to the original Ghostbusters, even if it is somewhat too familiar. And what I mean by that is this is to Ghostbusters what The Force Awakens was to Star Wars. They basically took the template of the first film, but made it different enough that it's not technically a remake, but if you look at the plot, it is still kind of the same movie. I will say this, though, it is a very delightful and touching tribute to the original. There are a lot of really heartfelt and emotional moments throughout the entire film, but especially the last 20 minutes. But I won't spoil what happens, but the last 20 minutes are very emotional, they're very heartfelt, they almost had me crying. It is a very touching way to say goodbye to Harold Ramis, because of course Ramis passed away in 2014, and this film is very much a tribute to him. This character's influence is all throughout the plot, and you should know that Paul Rudd, even though he's all over the marketing, is not as prominent a role as you'd think. Paul Rudd is not the Bill Murray of the movie. He's the Rick Moranis from the original. He's the equivalent of Rick Moranis' character. He's sort of the comic relief, but also sort of the mentor to these kids, and I really think he should have been more utilized. I think they should have made Paul Rudd kind of the Bill Murray. They should have made him more of the leading man. He's really good. He's really funny in this movie. And there are quite a few suspenseful moments in the movie, too. Like, there's scenes where they really let the tension build, and the music plays, and they're walking through, and they're kind of investigating, like, where the ghost is, and then they let it sit for a minute, and then boo, there's the jump scare. But I mean, it's not a bit where it becomes a horror movie, but there's still a few intense moments. There's still a few intense and creepy moments, which is good. But like I said, it is still a bit too familiar. You can point to almost every scene and every new character in this movie and find its equivalent in the original, just like how you could kind of do that with Force Awakens. So if you're expecting a new Ghostbusters story that really does something new and fresh, you're not going to get it. But I would still say see it. If anything, just honor Harold Ramis. The film was very much a tribute to him. The film was very much about his character. It's still really fun. It has a good mystery. It still has spooky moments, even if it is a bit too familiar. So I would say Ghostbusters Afterlife gets a B, an 8 out of 10, and 4 out of 5 stars.